What is going on, everybody? Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the Xbox Live Party Podcast UK. I am your host, ReddersTV, and joining me tonight we have the awesome EternalShaddai from Good Morning Xbox. We have I'm a Ghostbuster Ash, who is hiding off camera because he's currently at a spa getting a mani-pedi. And we've got the Ginger Ninja, the human chatbot. We have V2 Timmeh.
Human chatbot.
It's Timmeh V2. Good evening, guys. How is it going? How is your week going? Go. I don't care who speaks next.
We're debating.
Wow. Yep, go for it.
And then
sorry.
says anything.
Should I? You go first.
No. We're gonna pick a straw or something. I'll start. Yeah. Hey, first of all, thank you for inviting me. This is very special. I feel like I actually travel, across the ocean to the UK. So this is awesome for me. This is really, really awesome. I was looking forward to it, and as you know me, especially when it comes to Good Morning Xbox. This is my, my dungeon, usually my dungeon during the mornings. So I am here. I am happy. Ready for those topics, my friends.
Awesome. Timmeh, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Awesome. Good day?
Well, it was a bit here, there, and everywhere. Having to help out on other things as always, but...
Fair dues, fair dues. Ash, what about you? Well, no one really cares how your day's going.
No, yeah, not bad, not bad. It's Red Hot. Had the kids' sports day today. That was like 2.5 hours in Red Hot sun. So
fair dues.
Yeah, but that's why I'm hiding off camera. If anyone's wondering, it's because it's so hot. I'm literally got a fan right next to me. I'm in a vest, and I don't want to give you the pleasure of like a rogue sort of nip slip. So
you've got to pay for this content on his OnlyFans.
You got to pay for that on our Patreon. I can't just give it away free on the channel. So. Yeah, and YouTube doesn't like man nips being shown and stuff, so you don't need to see that. It's not a nice sight. I'm not at my best today. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess the heat is draining you.
So, what have you guys been playing this week? The other night, I know we were all playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. Oh my god, if you haven't played it yet, pick it up, have a go. It was a lot of fun. We were all playing it together for about 2 hours, and but what else have you guys been playing? Shaddai, you go first, mate.
You know how I was playing with you guys, and we were having a lot of fun talking all this Smeagol here, but look at this. Then we have that technical difficulties with the bosses disappearing, and we have to restart like in less than 10 minutes, like 7 times, and I'm like, we will never finish this.
Yeah.
But then after that, I ended up pretty much coming back, but instead of playing TMNT, I started playing. Well, actually, I kept on playing Tales of Arise. So right now I'm like 59 hours into that game. That game is awesome. Really, it's one of the best JRPGs, especially when it comes to the Tales series. So for me, that's actually first, and the second one for me is Tales of Vesperia. So for me, it's really tough. It changed a lot of things. It really did. So nice, that's my second game.
Tim, what have you been playing?
Usual Gems War, Teenage Turtles.
I can't believe you're still
a little bit
that.
Is it Chorus? Is it called?
Corvus.
Yeah, Corvus. Yep.
Nice. What about you, Ash?
I played a bit more TMNT after we played it the other day. I just went on it and got a couple of the achievements for playing as certain characters and stuff. But it is much more fun playing with a group, and we had like a full 6-man squad.
Oh, that was great,
it was awesome.
Really
other than that,
characters.
oh yeah, but then that's the fun in it. It's just crazy, great sort of retro sort of madness. So I cannot complain about it. I really enjoy it. It's probably the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game there's been since what was it called? Turtles in Time, I would say, if not better than that. So I can't complain. It's really, really good. I hope they do some DLC. I saw on Twitter that said they'd not planned to do any DLC or extra content yet, but depending on how obviously it goes, then they may do some. So there's a chance, and I honestly think how good it is, we'll see some content on that. I'd like to see some anyway, for sure.
And then what they would add, though.
Yeah.
had
Oh,
story
more
missions, or would
levels,
they add-
more story. I would
more
assume more
Are there any more
characters, maybe.
I managed to get
Probably.
that. I managed to get that achievement for not getting hit by Super Shredder. I was quite chuffed for that.
Wow.
Took me fucking ages, but I got it.
Just to say, you can cheese that by literally trying to join someone's game who's right at the end of it, and you just join, and as they die, they kill him, and then you get the achievement. So if you've got a friend, play with them, then leave their game, and then just as they're about to kill him, rejoin the game, and apparently that works. Not that I've tried it yet, but if you
Cheers
are
for-
struggling with that achievement, you can sort of cheese it a little bit.
Cheers for pissing on my accomplishment there, Ash. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Hey, you did it properly, mate, though, so fair play to you. I give you credit. But other than that, I've played a bit of Fall Guys today. I'm quite enjoying Fall Guys.
That's
It's
good
a fun little
isn't it?
game.
Yeah.
I want to play it with friends because you can do. It looks like you can do team or duos versions.
Yeah.
I only got time to play one game earlier. I came second, and I was gutted. I came second, but it got to the last bit, and you're like running around these circles, and you've got to try and not fall off. And the fucker just kept holding on to me, this prick. And then I ended up losing because he sort of pushed me off. I was like, dirty bugger, not even using his own skill to beat me. But yeah, quite looking forward to it. I'll probably end up getting the season pass on it just because I
love
want
It's like
the Assassin's Creed costume in it and the Mecha Godzilla as well.
it's very much like Takeshi's Castle,
What does
isn't it?
that cost?
It's free.
I think there's some like paid tiers. There's free stuff to unlock, and then there's a paid stuff. And I think the paid one, if you pay for the full season pass, I think it's about £6.50. But there's a launch pack that's like £8, and you get extra costumes and enough coins to buy the season pass. So I'll probably pick that up at some point and do that because then you get a bit of everything then. So, but I linked my Amazon Prime account to it, so I've got a magician's costume. I was like, I'll take that.
Nice.
So
I didn't
always
know that. I
fun.
might have to do that myself. I've just started using the Prime Gaming.
yeah, I've never been
properly.
claiming them because I didn't
Yeah.
have it, but now apparently it's cross progressive as well. So if you've completed it on PlayStation, if you log in on your Xbox, it bings all the achievements you've already got, which is really annoying. I hate games that do that. It's great when it happens to you, but when it happens to other people, it's like no. You earn those achievements. But yeah,
there's been lots
it's
of
really fun.
Smite skins that are part of Prime Gaming, and I couldn't remember my Smite login for ages, and I finally worked it out. I managed to get like 4 or 5 new skins, which is really nice.
I've got all those skins, but then I go to play Smite and I have no idea where they are or who they're under. I just know I got given these skins. Same with the Game Pass ones you get on Game Pass.
Yeah.
And then I go on Smite and I'm like, where the fuck are they? What have I got? And I have no idea. Totally lost, and I just sort of like meh.
Some of the perks you get alright, and then others you just think, wow, really?
Apparently,
Why do I want
one
that?
of the perks is going to be Paramount Plus for the UK. We're going to get a month free starting on the 27th, so like next Tuesday, next Monday, I think.
You got to have it so you sign in or something, so that you can do that, and then you have to try and remember to log out or you need to get rid of it, so you don't.
I cancel them straight away if I'm not going to continue, but I think that's a cool little perk. Means we can all watch Halo again for free in all our Quan goodness. So
Master
the last 2
Cheeks.
episodes. So much last 2. I just lost interest after that full Quan episode. I was like,
the last
fuck this.
episode was really good. So you're missing
Yes,
out.
it
You should
was.
watch it.
I should go back.
Yes,
and
it
watch
was. I agreed.
But so what have I been playing? I've been playing some Steam. No, I haven't. I've been playing some Smite even on Steam. What else have I been
Terrible
playing?
game last night.
Oh, I've been fucking addicted to No Man's Sky. I haven't been able to put that down. I don't know why it took me so long to get into it, but now that I'm playing it, I fucking love it. It's like all of my favorite things, like survival, base building, traveling different planets. Fucking fantastic. I thought it was a really good game.
Wait a minute. I thought that was delayed for next year. Oh, sorry. That's Starfield.
No, that's No Man's Sky Rim.
Then you played. Then you
I
played
got
that
confused.
terrible
I got
game last
confused.
night,
I'm
didn't
sorry.
you?
I got confused.
What else have I been playing? I can't
That
remember.
terrible game last night.
Oh shit! Yeah, an absolute dog shit game last night called Empire of Embers, which Ash subjected me to for an hour and a half. Thanks, Ash. What else? I think that's about it.
You're more than welcome. You're more than bloody welcome.
We're never getting another review code from those developers again.
No. We have got some streams coming though this week. I am doing the shower with your dad simulator. I'm aiming for tomorrow. I keep saying it's going to be next day, then something else pops up or when someone's streaming.
I thought you'd have a duo stream of TheGinna and Sins playing that.
No, I'm okay.
So that is coming probably tomorrow night, depending on work and stuff and how my day goes.
Yeah.
I'm aiming for tomorrow night. If not, it'll be you're streaming Thursday, aren't you, Redders?
I'm streaming the Civil War 18 something to 18 something else on Thursday at 9 p.m. That's another indie showcase. Quite looking forward to that one. Actually, looks like what it says it was, which is a real-time strategy. So that should be good fun.
Yeah. So I'll either stream tomorrow or Friday. It'll be one of those 2 days for the shower with your dad.
And that will be,
you'll love it.
That'll be our 650 subscriber special. So
that is correct.
Also, we have a 750 subscriber special called Genital Jousting, which is which we're going to be doing a stream of for when we hit 750 subscribers. We're also going to be doing a giveaway for the game on that 750 subscriber special. So if you do want to see Ash play Genital Jousting, hell, I might even play Genital Jousting with him. Don't forget to hit subscribe to this YouTube channel.
We always genital joust, mate. That's all we do.
Day in, day out, genital jousting. So, big shout out to people in the chat: Muppet, Thimba, Masuko, TheGinna popped by to say hello. Who else have we got? Timmeh, he's here on the podcast, and so should die. Cheers for coming and hanging out with us, guys. We really appreciate you being here. So shall we get into some topics? Oh, actually, before we get into topics, I would just like to point out we have a giveaway going on the XBL Twitter. To be in with a chance to win, simply like the tweet, retweet it, tag 2 mates. And if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you also get an extra entry into that competition. So go over there and hit that thing up. But yeah, let's get into some topics. So the first topic we have for tonight is Dragon's Dogma 2 is officially announced. It's finally coming. It's been 10 years too late. What is your guys' opinions on Dragon's Dogma 2?
I will go. I don't mind it. I can go. Okay. Let's start when the original Dragon's Dogma released. It was on May 22nd, 2012. On that same year, Kurt Schilling's 38 Studios released, published by EA, called Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning. So we're talking about 2 of those. Those 2 games was so popular during that era. Dragon's Dogma during that time introduced to us a feature by the name the pawn system. The pawn system let us create a character, level them up. My created character can be used by any of my friends for their guests, and come back with some loots. In August 31st, 2015, Capcom released Dragon's Dogma, the MMO, exclusive to Japan, transferring the combat and once again the pawn system. By Capcom announcing Dragon's Dogma 2, it is letting me know that not only will be a big game, but an improved battle system and their pawn system. They might take some ideas from Monster Hunter World, in which it was so successful on all platforms, and maybe implement that multiplayer experience to the second game. So that's what I think about the Dragon's Dogma 2 when it was really much announced.
What about you, Timmeh? What do you think?
I've never played the first one, so I've never known what that game was like.
Shocking. Appalling
But
behavior.
I will definitely have a go at the
Backwards
second one when it comes
compatible.
Did you ever play the original
out.
one,
I'll
Ash?
definitely try out the second one.
No, I've never played the original, but I did buy it this morning because it's on sale on Xbox, I believe. Dragon's Dogma Dark
Arisen.
Dark Horizon.
That was
Horizon.
That was like the remaster, wasn't it? of the.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was with the DLC or something like that.
Yeah, it says it's 1080p HD now with all
Mhm.
previous DLC included. It's like £2.50 or £3 on Xbox Store right
Mhm.
now.
Mm.
There's no reason not to get it. And with 2 announced, I thought, yeah, I'll pick that up. So I've picked that up in a few other games today. So it's on my list.
Good man.
Looks good. It's just one of those games I just never grabbed at the time. So I'm looking forward to going back and playing it and obviously seeing what's what. But yeah, I'm always interested in sequels to games that haven't been out in ages. It always gives me hope that other games that I like will get them. Like, look at Amalur. It got a remaster, and then they brought out DLC for it, like unreleased DLC. They finished it and brought it out recently. I never thought you'd see the day. So, and like I say, Slayer's been playing that for 16 years now. He's gone like part 705.
Yeah.
It's on his Twitter, his Twitch. So check that out. But yeah, like I say, I'm honestly shocked at how it is basically, and it gives me great hope for it. So,
I played a lot of games on the Xbox 360, but
Same.
Dragon's Dogma is one of those that really stood out.
Yep.
It was a solid RPG, and Kingdoms of Amalur too. That was one of my favorite RPGs.
Yes.
360. So the fact that they're making a second one finally is fantastic news. I think the first one was amazing. Like you said, the pawn system was great.
Yes.
It
was unique.
It was revolutionary,
It was really
wasn't
unique.
Like, it was different.
Yes, it is. I wasn't expecting, like, you create your character, and when you're offline, your friends could actually, take them, to actually do your quest, and whatever they get on your way back, when you turn on your system, that character actually gives you loot, and I'm like, what? I never seen that.
And when you were climbing the dragons, you felt like you were climbing the fucking dragons. That's what I really loved about it. There was like that massive boss battle at the end game when it was a big dragon. You had to climb up the legs and try and stab the. Oh, it's fucking brilliant! It's such a good.
So that
game.
means see, I never went that. No, I put on a lot of hours to that game, but I never went that far. But by you explaining that reminds me of Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, it was very much like that.
Oh, really? See, I never went that far when it came to battle with the dragons. But I know I was really far because I had to deal with a fort. I had to deal with a fort that it was like off the cliff or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very, very good game. Definitely recommend it. But like you can pick it up pretty cheap now as well. It's worth going back and playing before you touch the second one. I'm just so glad they're making a second one because, like Ash says, it gives me hope that maybe one day we'll get Kingdoms of Amalur 2. Or,
yes.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
well, when it comes to Kingdom of Amalur, 38 Studio doesn't have it anymore. So that means THQ Nordic have it.
Yeah.
So,
well, they're the ones that brought the DLC out. So I honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if we get a Kingdoms of Amalur sequel because THQ Nordic is all about dipping into their IP well and getting as many games out as possible from it.
Yeah.
So I have faith. Have faith.
I'll tell you what.
I wouldn't be.
I want THQ Nordic to pick up the WWE games again.
No, it's not they're not the same companies.
SmackDown just bring it, was it? Or do they make
Ukes when it Ukes Interactive? I believe.
Yeah, it was
AEW
Ukes
game.
back in the days. Ukes.
Yeah, they're making that AEW game, but that looks a bit gash at the moment. The stuff they showed looks a bit ropey. I'm hoping, obviously, it's early. It's not out yet, and obviously they'll polish it close to the time. But everything I've seen of it, some of it looks good, and then some of it just looks janky as.
I'll tell you what I really liked about the Ukes ones, though, is that they weren't realistic. That's the thing that puts me off, like 2K, WWE. Yeah. It's too much simulation now. I want to
see it All Stars 2. That's what I want.
I like that over the top, larger than life wrestling. Where
you're talking about like what is it called? Bring the Pain.
Yeah,
that type.
The earlier SmackDown games where it was like
Bring the Pain,
create your own moves.
That was awesome.
It was fantastic. That's what I loved about it. And I would love to see them go back that way. Well, all those from back then were good. It was when it became just was it just SmackDown? No, it was SmackDown to begin with, wasn't it? And then it became WWE versus SmackDown versus Raw, and then it went. That's when it started to go downhill. They focused too much on simulation. I don't want to watch a wrestling sim. I want to be that over-the-top, larger-than-life wrestling.
I don't get why they
characters that you
can't
get
do
invested
both in a game. Like, why can't they have one control scheme where you use the analog sticks to do all your
I
shit,
think
and one where you just push a couple of buttons and they simplify the control scheme? I
in.
think
You haven't played the new one,
could
have you?
cater to no.
I think it's more because this is the first time that 2K will have the WWE, so they have to do some research going back to the old days. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do that and implement that in the new in the new games.
This year's 2022 was fantastic, really good, solid. They've simplified.
I kind of stay away from wrestling. The last one, I think it was 21.
Yeah,
So I kind of backed out because it felt weird because now you got to actually press all the buttons just to make a finisher move, or sometimes I feel like I'm playing like an old OG game that you have to up down here you go and a code. You know what I mean? So I'm like, God, jeez.
They took a year out, didn't they? They took 2 years to make 2022, and it paid off massive. It's so much of an improvement. The controls are a lot more simplified. You only have to use like 2 buttons now. You've got heavy, light, and grapple. That's it. Well, 3 buttons, and everything's tied to those 3 buttons. It's really simplified. The animations are really solid. The creator wrestlers like ridiculously advanced now. You can have basically whatever you like. It's that because that's the bit I always loved about the wrestling games, was making your own wrestler. I didn't care so much about the wrestling side of it. I just like creating wrestlers. But that's amazing in the new one.
Brought gem mode back, which is the best mode.
If you like the earlier wrestling games, I recommend picking up 2022 because it's a much better game than 19 was.
Remember the Legends of Wrestling game they used to have as well?
Oh fuck yeah, that was hard. Easy to one
And that's the thing. And that's the thing that we want for Dragon's Dogma. See, we talk about this because we know what was good in wrestling, and we want that back to implement it for the new system. So for when it comes to Dragon's Dogma, the gameplay was good. The pawn system was really, really good. And now that we're getting all this massive open world, from Avowed, from Starfield, and all that, for me, the way I see it is like it's a really good decision, especially at this time that now we're gonna get another open world JRPG by Capcom with Dragon's Dogma 2. So it was actually I feel like they actually did it in the right timing to announce that. And also remember, I know we didn't get a sequel, but like I was reading in 2015, they had an MMO, but the problem was that it was only in Japan. See, that was the problem. So imagine if it was in the States or in UK, there were probably a possibility that game probably would have blossomed even more to see if it was good, because it was successful when it first came out, the really first one. But we never got the chance to pretty much experience that Dragon's Dogma online. We never got the chance to.
It's really weird, isn't it? Because like it was popular back in the day. You would think that they would have made a sequel a lot sooner than now. Like
exactly. But I think that competition with Kingdom of Amalur, because remember, Kingdom of Amalur had what is it, Todd McFarlane? I know from Family Guy or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, making the story.
Yeah,
making the story. So that one took a lot of the thunder from them. I'm sorry?
Seth MacFarlane, yeah.
Yeah. So it took a lot of the thunder from it because it was so hyped, because the story was so good in Kingdom of Amalur that Dragon's Dogma was good, of course, but not as much as Kingdom of Amalur.
It was Todd McFarlane, just to let everyone know, the artist.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane, yeah.
Yeah, but I forgot who was the writer for it. I totally forgot.
Oh, it's
because I know he was famous for it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a famous writing guy, but I know Todd McFarlane from Spawn, I think, did some of the artwork as well.
No, you're correct. I keep getting confused. That's the author, but it's not. But I know it was a really big author.
I look on Wiki. It says R.A. Salvatore, and Eric,
You're right.
Jake. I'm assuming it's R.A. Salvatore.
Hey, Salvatore.
He is off Family Guy though as well. So
See,
it's just very similar names, obviously, like the McFarlanes and Family Guy. So
sometimes I gotta laugh about that and that last name because that's a pizzeria that we have in here. So sometimes I get hungry. But they had a really good author for that game.
So yeah, positive things about Kingdoms of Amalur, Dragon's Dogma. Really looking forward to it. Check out the first one. I think that pretty much wraps up that news. So moving on to our next topic, we've got Overwatch 2 is ditching loot boxes, which I think is fantastic. It's
so they realise they're losing lots of money and then they'll add them back.
I don't think they will. I think they'll be gone now because they took so much backlash over loot boxes in the original game. And they've now adopted a free-to-play model, and they're going with a battle pass. I think that works out better, to be fair. I prefer a battle pass to loot boxes. Because you know what you're getting with the battle pass. You just got to grind it, which is fine.
But at the same time, it gives them time, to create whatever they want.
Yeah. So. Just don't fucking do it like 343 Industries, because that's disastrous.
Well, I think for them is 2 months and a half for every. I think it's for every season.
6 months, isn't it? 6 months for the new season till the next season.
No, I'm not talking about Halo. I'm talking about for the Overwatch. I think it's 2.5.
Yeah.
So
that's how it should be.
Yeah.
For me, 6 months is too long for one season. That's way too long.
Yeah, you're correct. But at the same time, like you guys said, it's good that they took that route because man, they were charging. I think I play 2014, and I'm talking about FIFA, and I kind of stopped because that's a game that I gotta get accustomed with it, especially when it comes to the penalties and all that. So I gotta get used to it. But I remember the backlash. I'm sorry?
Having to buy the FUT cards, isn't it? The FUT cards, and you have to buy packs and
yes. That what is it called? FIFA Ultimate Team?
Yeah.
And it's addictive as well. That's the problem. It is very addictive. I know, like a lot of people say, well, you don't have to buy them, but it does become like a gambling, like a predatory addiction, kind of predatory gambling, because you want to get this fucking player. You want to get this player, and you'll throw as much money as you can at it to get this player. And
do you remember when they were in court and they said that's not gambling, and they used another word? So no, that's not gambling. It's I think it was something surprise boxes, whatever it was.
But the thing is, like, FIFA is a game that is kind of catered to kids as well. Like, a lot of kids will play that game, and a lot of kids are going to play Ultimate Team. So I believe that these cards and these FUT packs, they're designed to trick children into buying shitloads of fucking, FIFA points. I think it's disgusting.
Yes, it is.
When I was a kid, right, you used to get these I keep fucking talking about this story on the show, but I used to get these sticker books. It was like the annual sticker book for football, and you would buy these packs of cards, and you'd get like shinies, and you'd have to fill this sticker book. And you could trade them with your mates and shit. I mean, I don't know if you remember or if you had those in the States, but that's why I'm addicted to achievement hunting now. I like to be able to collect all the achievements. So FUT cards are very much the same way. You want to get the whole team, you've got to keep throwing money at it to get the whole team. And I just think that, I mean, I remember how like addictive I found those sticker books as a kid. I mean, you put a video game in front of me and then say I can have these packs for money. I'm gonna want to keep buying them. I think it's a very disgusting business model. And I'm glad to see
when you had to spend all that money to get that achievement that was locked behind.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah. They I think it was FIFA, because that was like the last year that I played FIFA properly. We used to play it every year. Every year we'd play Pro Clubs and we'd play Ultimate Team. And FIFA was always an easy 1,000 gamer score, so I used to play it every year. And then one year they introduced an achievement where you had to reach Division 1 on some Ultimate Team mode. And if people quit out the game, it would rob you of that opportunity. and you'd have to spend FIFA points to get into this mode. So I got trapped in this
draft or something it's called, isn't it?
Yeah, and I actually felt the addiction of shit. I need to get this achievement. I need to get this achievement. So I kept throwing money at it, and that was the last year I actually bought a FIFA because it got really bad. I must have spent like 250 quid on that achievement. So it is easy to get bought into these fucking mechanics.
But at the same time, on the bright side, I'm not gonna say I bet because it gotta be with anyways. But they finally found the success of Battle Pass from Apex Legends. So by them implementing that for actually when it's free to, great. The only part that from the scene, from the little picture that they show is this is something that I never liked, and I know Killer Instinct did this before. I know that this free rotation characters, and then you buy the characters later. But for this one, it's like the actual characters that first one is integrated to the battle pass. So now we have to buy the actual characters.
Yeah.
Game Pass. It's the only part that I'm not liking because right now you start.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm okay with that. I don't mind that because I play Smite and I always get the battle pass on Smite. I mean, it's the battle pass this month or this.
Okay, because I know for me, when it comes to Overwatch, just put the original characters. But characters.
You're breaking up quite a bit.
New characters.
Yeah, you seem to be botting quite a bit.
Yeah, you're breaking
Who,
up
me?
quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. What about now?
Oh, you're right now. Yep.
Oh, okay. No, for me, I'd rather have open the original characters and just put the ones that you create, new characters that you created, and then you charge them for that. It's just that it feels unfair for something that it was included, and now because Battle Pass is becoming popular this time of era, I don't want you to implement that. Now you're changing the ball. Now you're changing the ball game. That's something that I'm beginning to see it, and I'm little by little not liking that idea. I know you want to make the money. That's simple as that. Battle Pass does it by itself, but leave the original characters alone. That comes with the game for free. Anything that is new, just put it there with the cosmetics and whatever you're gonna put there with the emotes and all that.
I don't mind them putting characters in battle passes instead of them being in like paid DLC. My problem is the battle passes that are time limited. That's one thing I do like. I give credit to Halo Infinite for. It has a decent battle pass where even if it runs out and the next battle pass starts, like the season pass, you can still go back and finish the first one. So you can set which one your XP goes to, which is great. And not enough games do that, unfortunately. So I think more should do that because I like Sea of Thieves. And the last season, I paid for it and I did it. But this season, I just haven't played it enough. And now it's too far along to be able to get to the end. So I'm like, well, I don't want to pay for it.
Oh, you
Whereas
mean like
if
you can turn seasons on and off and go back to them?
Yeah, like if I could buy that Sea of Thieves season pass and know that, even though I haven't got a lot of time, I can still get those costumes in the future by playing it. Because I don't want to pay money and not get anything, and that's the problem with battle passes. They're great for games where you've got a lot of time to play. Same with the Hot Wheels Unleashed. They do a racing season pass. I did the SpongeBob one, but then I missed the start of the next one because we were playing different games, me and my kids. And then I saw it was on, and I'm like, well, it's too far on now to warrant paying in case I don't get to the end and get everything because I don't want to waste my money. So I would happily have bought all of them. I'd have bought the Sea of Thieves ones. I'd have bought the Hot Wheels ones. I'd buy other games as well. Like even Fortnite, I quite like some of the Fortnite ones, but I can't commit the time needed in the time they give all the time to do it. They're very much built around hardcore, like, I play this every day or every couple of days players. And that's the downside of battle passes. Whereas at least with Halo Infinite, admittedly the battle pass was a bit naff and the stuff you get in it's a bit naff, but they allow you to go and get, as long as you've paid for it during that time window, you can unlock the stuff in it whenever you want in that. So next year I could go and then play the stuff from the first season and unlock that content.
Yeah.
It's not gone forever.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing about battle passes. That there needs to be an even thing in the middle, and I think Halo's got it right. I just don't think Halo gives you a good enough reward for what you're paying for, but that's my opinion. But the way they lay out the time frame and how you can join and you can unlock it whenever you want. Like, I could do half of the season 1. Season 2 starts, I do all of season, half of season 2, then I go, actually, I want to do some more season 1. I can stop season 2 halfway, jump back onto season 1 and put my XP. And I think more games should do that because more people would buy it. Like I say, I've missed out on 3 season passes, I can tell you, at least, maybe more, where I've gone, it's just too late to join. Whereas if I know I can unlock them in any time in the future, I'd be all over that because, like I say, I just feel it just makes more. I don't get why they don't do that. It makes more sense. I get it. It gets you on playing right there and then, but that doesn't make you spend any more money, and that's what it's really about. It's you're paying for that, so why not just let you get it whenever? It's just silly.
I absolutely agree. I like the idea that you can go back and do it whenever. I think more games need to implement that. The only game I really buy a season pass for at the moment is Smite. And I usually knock that season pass out.
Keeping the dream alive.
Keeping the dream alive. I usually knock
I
that
like
out
the
in
stuff
2 or
on
3
the
weeks.
Smite ones. The Smite ones, I quite like the look of. Like, I like the. But I know I don't play Smite, or I'd not have enough time to get into it or put towards it to get everything I wanted, so I've not bothered with them, unfortunately. And it's they've lost money. Like, I would have definitely bought the Turtles one, the Transformers one, and the Slipknot one if I knew I could get them in the future.
Did you get the Slipknot one?
No, I didn't, because the Slipknot's not the battle pass. Slipknot is like its own in-game purchases, which is bullshit because they're so expensive. If you want to buy a Slipknot member outright,
Even as good.
Yeah, if you want to buy a Slipknot member outright, it's 1,500 gems, which is 15 quid, 16 quid per member, and there's like 8 members. I'm not fucking spending that on an entire band. I would, if that was part of the battle pass, I would be more than happy to do that. And the battle pass is shit this season. They put the battle pass alongside the Slipknot band that you could buy, and the battle pass was shit. Which is a shame because I would have loved to have had those Slipknot skins, but I'm not paying that for it.
I assume it's because the licensing probably wasn't super cheap, but
maybe
still.
But also, it's one of the weirdest crossovers. Like, not everybody's gonna like Slipknot's not gonna appeal to everybody. Why the fuck would you stick that as really expensive skins? Like,
why did they stick some of the other stuff they've put on? I always think I thought Smite was about gods and stuff. And there's so many cool gods and stuff out there that they don't put in, like, and then they go, nah, do you know what? Optimus Prime. Oh yeah, he's a god. Like, all right. Yeah,
I've just to answer Pyro, I've actually picked up those boosts in the ultimate perks. But I get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because it's popular. I get Transformers because it's popular. Slipknot, I mean, yeah, they're popular, but it's going to appeal to more of a niche audience. So why the fuck have you put that behind ridiculously priced skins? And the fucking skins aren't even that good, I don't think. I mean, they are cool, but they're not 1,500 gems good. They're too expensive. I would much rather they would have been the battle pass. I haven't frozen, by the way. I was just not talking. But yeah, I mean, I like the idea of a battle pass. I'm happy to unlock the different characters in Overwatch if they are behind battle passes, because you've got your premium battle pass and then you've got your standard battle pass. So there's no reason why they can't have 4 characters behind the basic one where you just play and grind it at your own leisure. And then if you want to invest into the premium battle pass, then you pay and you unlock additional characters. I'm okay with that model. I would much rather have that and know what I'm getting than have these loot boxes that I have no idea what I'm going to get in, and whether I'm going to get dupes or fucking anything else that's not going to be worth it for me to invest that time and money into. So I'm more than happy for them to go the battle pass route.
Same here. Like you guys said, I like that format that 343 did. Anything that you buy, it should stick with you. And if you decide to go back, it's there. And instead of paying double, I know companies are very greedy.
Choose which season pass you buy. So I don't know. You can buy different ones depending on which ones you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can buy older ones as well as the newer ones.
Yeah, that's the way it should be, I think. I don't like this whole fucking locking shit out once the season's over. I'd much rather go back and, unlock them at a later date. So that pretty much wraps up that, doesn't it? I think we've all had our opinions on that.
Mm-hmm.
So next topic. Valheim is coming to Xbox. I'm super excited about this. It's a Viking survival game, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Looks like a
In
lot
fact,
of
you
fun.
can play with 10 people as well. It's quite cool.
It's like
a Ridge Racer announcement for me. I just didn't care.
I'll trust you. You'll play it.
It looks so. I'll probably play it. I've got no massive draw or interest. But like I say, if it's on Game Pass, I'll definitely be on it because, like I say,
on it than you did on that military game you was playing the other day. Where you
yeah, probably.
yeah,
that's it.
Viking Minecraft, isn't it? What's not to love?
Yeah, that game I can't really say that much because I know I heard about it, but never caught my interest. So let's see how it goes. Even though it is popular on Steam, but it's with so many games going on, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try to see how it is. But right now, not too much of an interest. But I'll check it out.
It's one of those games that I've had my eye on for a while, but I didn't want to buy it on Steam because I don't play PC a lot. My PC's getting quite old, so
not as old as my gaming laptop. It's like GeForce GTX 940, I think it is.
Fuck, that is old.
I gotta go check.
Wow.
Yeah, it is old. That's what I'm saying, and that's the one that I'm using right now for this streaming.
Yeah,
that's what I'm using right now.
I'm using the i7 7700K, which I thought was still quite powerful, but apparently I can't upgrade to Windows 11, which sucks. Absolutely shit. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it coming to Game Pass. I'll play it for sure.
It's a good addition for Game Pass. So yeah.
So it doesn't seem like there's much more to say about that. Let me just try and find
Valheim!
It was more hype that they announced that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game is coming to a Game Pass at the same show. That to me is more interesting. Made by the people that made Friday the 14th game.
Is that play,
or 13th game,
the same as Evil Dead? Evil Dead? Or do you think it's going to be?
No, it looks like it's going to be a bit more like. It's going to be more like Friday the 13th, but you also get it's like 2 against 3 or 4. It's like there's 2 bad guys at once, I think, as well. So
that sounds to me like I don't want to mention this one, but I have to evolve.
Was it Dead by Daylight? Is it going to be quite similar to that sort of style?
It's made by the people that do the Friday the 13th game, so I honestly think it's going to be very similar, but with just a lot nicer graphics and improvements.
Nice.
I hope so, because I've played that Friday the 13th and that actually killed me to death from boredom. That was
such a good game.
At first it was, but then I'm a masochist. I like pain. You know what I mean? So the game evolved.
You love that game I was playing last night. Jesus. That was fucking
evolved pain the heck out of me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I'm scared of games like that one is the villain while the other ones is pretty much the survivors. So I did play that one, but sometimes I feel kind of cheap. Like it cheats a lot, but at the same time, it's like for some reason it feels like I'm playing Evolve in a different form. So I'm like, I don't know. Let's see how it goes.
I really liked Evil Dead the game, but I didn't get into Friday the 13th. But Evil Dead the game was a lot of fun. If it's like that, I might play it.
We need to get back into Evil Dead. We haven't played it in a while.
That's funny when we got 3 cars stuck in the same ditch.
Yeah, we stopped playing it. Well, I stopped playing it because the achievements weren't
The chances of that happening, like, it's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, watch out for that ditch. We all got stuck. 3 cars stuck in the same ditch.
Like, there's some upside down.
That's a
some,
mean
like...
ditch.
Yeah, it's a good game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I have to give it a go.
So that wraps up. What the fuck are we talking about? I can't remember. Oh, Valheim.
Valheim underwhelming us all with it.
Yeah.
Valheim!
So, what else do we have to talk about? Oh, Shaddai, I didn't actually let you in on the next topics because Ash added them after I sent you the topics, so these are going to be a good one. Xbox Cloud gaming titles to support Xbox touch controls. There are 10 new titles getting added to the list, which include Broken Age, Bugsnax, Chinatown Detective Agency, Kraken Academy, Life is Strange, True Colors, Ninja Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, The Dungeon of, not even going to try and pronounce that, The Last Kids on Earth.
Deck or something like that.
Nullbeck, yeah. The Amulet of Chaos Chicken Edition and The Last Kids on Earth and The Staff of Doom. So yeah, all these games are getting touch controls, which is pretty cool.
I think Bugsnax will play really well, and Life is Strange is perfect for touch controls. So
Ninja Gaiden's a bit iffy, I think.
Yeah, I could see you having like crippled fingers playing Ninja Gaiden. In,
you want a carpal tunnel? That game is for you.
Yeah.
That game is for you.
So yeah, any of those games you wouldn't mind playing on what's it called? Cloud? Would you play those games? Yeah, on mobile. Getting touch controls.
I don't know those. I give it a go sometimes, but probably because I have a smaller screen when it comes to the cell phones. It's so small. So yeah, I'm not too much into the mobile. Probably, I'd rather use the Kishi or the one that you're gonna put. Yeah, so I'd rather use that.
I got fat fingers, man. I don't get on with phones. Like my fingers are fucking huge.
Nah, for me, mine are small. That's why sometimes they say you got female hands. So it's not my fault that I got smaller fingers, but. But the thing is that when you're trying to move, for me, one, I feel like I'm playing a PlayStation controller, which the analog sticks are so together. And another thing is that if you're playing a stressful game and your fingers start sweating, it's gonna start slipping and you're gonna start pressing some other crazy things.
Yeah.
So for me, no. Sometimes I wonder if we could play on the tablet. So. I know you probably do, but I'd rather play on a tablet than in a cell phone.
Yeah.
100 times.
I absolutely love the idea of cloud gaming. And if I had one of those attachments where I could, like is it the Kishi, the Razer Kishi, or even one of those controller snap-on jobbies? I can't remember what they're called. I'd happily do.
I've got one of those controller snap-on things, and they work well.
That's the one that I was thinking about, the snap-on things. Yep.
But I don't have that great internet, and I've honestly found I'd never seem to get 5G anywhere where I am. So I don't
go to Greg's, mate, and tap into their free Wi-Fi.
I clearly should sit in Greg's eating a pasty, playing. But
good old Greg's.
The rest of it, I don't mind. I like cloud gaming on my PC. I do quite like that. I still have a bug. Well, last time I tried, I still have that weird bug on my actual console where it has half the screen isn't loading properly on cloud, even though I can stream it in the same room onto my laptop and with no issues. But for some reason, through the console, there's an issue there. I've raised it as a bug, but I've never heard anything back about it. So I don't play a lot. It's nice to have the option. But I tend to leave it alone, basically, at the moment, anyway.
Same here. I try it on the cell phone, and sometimes my signal is not, on my favor. So sometimes it lags hard, even though I do have 5G, and sometimes it's horrible. So for me, when it comes to that. I just stay away from it. I really do.
That's fair. It's not for
So
everybody.
I'd rather stick even I could stick with a portable like a Steam Deck or anything like that. So I stick with that.
And yeah, just to touch on that a bit more, if you want to help us out, go to Twitter, tweet Greg's with Ash deserves free Greg's. See if we can finally get him. See if we can finally secure him that Greg's sponsorship that he's desperate for.
That's it. I want that Greg's hat. I want that Greg's bucket hat. I see how much it goes for on eBay, and it makes me sad.
I'm pretty sure you don't know what Greg's is, but Greg's over here is like a pastry shop where you can just buy cakes and slices and shit.
Okay, I see.
Ash lives on it, so we're trying to get him.
I haven't been in a while, and it's sad, but if I was sponsored, I would be there all the time. I'd be like Jared, but without fucking the paedophilia. I'd sponsor that Greg's. I'd eat it. I'd pretend it made me fit. It'd be great.
You'd be like that dickhead who keeps getting #1s for talking about fucking sausage rolls every year.
Oh, Lad Baby, where he sings songs about sausage rolls. Fucking yeah.
But yeah, let's move on to our next topics. We've got some more games coming to Xbox Game Pass this week. Some bangers as well, by the looks of it. We've got fucking Far Cry 5. If you haven't played it, play it. Best Far Cry in the series.
I was about to buy that this week, and I saw that was coming. I was like, I'll save that money now.
I still need to do the New Game Plus playthrough. I haven't done that yet. Honestly, it's probably the best Far Cry that's come out, other than Far Cry 3. Far Cry 5 is amazing. What else is coming? Oh, Naraka Blade Point, that anime battle royale melee game they showed off at E3. Actually looks like a lot of fun. Looks like the kind of game I would proper rage at, though. Because I can tell already that game's going to trigger my competitive OCD. I'm going to get shitty with it, so I probably won't play it.
I'll wait for that. It's
got a campaign on it as well, then.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They're going to add a new campaign.
I am looking forward to that so much, yeah.
Everybody's favourite turd, FIFA 22, is coming into Game Pass in June 23rd.
I'm kidding.
That's through the EA one, though, isn't it? Though, so you have to have Game Pass Ultimate.
EA Play, Game Pass Ultimate.
But and also the last year's FIFA is leaving, so if you're missing anything on it,
is it all about the ball physics or something like that? That's
all about the ball physics. Yeah, every single fucking showcase. Oh yeah, we've improved the ball physics slightly.
Well, it's a rounder. It was way more rounder than the previous one.
You could guarantee it. Every E3, they would come out and say the same thing. Oh yeah, we've got better ball mechanics. We've improved the defense. Every year.
It's gonna be called the inflated mechanics.
It's not gonna be.
Simple
FIFA
passes,
anymore,
triangles, and stuff.
Simple passes.
Does anyone else just miss the games where you used to get a football game and you could just literally tackle people and that you could pass like long pass, shoot, sort of long kick, and then you had tackle, murder people with your really bad tackles, and then sort of like stick your foot in. Yes.
Remember Red Card Soccer? That was
I did like that.
Just fly and hack people out.
Yeah. So there's also the 3 Shadowrun games. I think there's only 3. But
there's 3 in the collection.
You got Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut, and Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. They are all.
That's because they announced the new Shadowruns. So now it's like you're trying to put it out there.
I've never played them, but I might go back and play them.
Yeah, heard about them, but never played them.
I'm sad they didn't include the FPS one that was on the 360 because it wasn't great, but it was fun, and it died a death when it first came out. But if they stuck that in Game Pass, it would have a good little bit of life. It was fun, like you could like teleport through walls and shit like that in an FPS.
Yeah,
I had a really good laugh at that, so I'm surprised they just never bothered with it.
And looking at this picture here, it looks like we're getting Total War 3 Kingdoms, but it's not actually in the list, so I don't know if that's genuine.
So it's coming to PC.
Oh, okay. That's in the list. I want to play that. I love the romance. I love the romance of the 3 Kingdoms story, so that's going to be good.
I think Rise of Nations is going to go into Game Pass soon or something, because they keep showing it in the store, but you can't buy it or anything. So I don't know whether that's going to go onto PC Game Pass or whether you can actually play it on console.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to start seeing more Ubisoft titles now that Ubisoft Plus is going to make its way to Xbox. if that's going to be a thing. We're going to start getting more entries into Game Pass.
Maybe.
Because
They
that's
never mentioned
Assassin's
about when
Creed.
it was coming, did they?
That's
They never said whether it'd be July, June.
I don't know, but that's Origins, Odyssey, and
Yeah.
now Far Cry 5 coming into Game Pass, and maybe that's what some sort of partnership deal that they're doing to bring Ubisoft Plus onto Xbox. So that'd be cool. Looking forward to that. What else have we got to talk about? Actually, do you know if we got anything to talk about? Anything you want to talk about?
All the games, all those games. I don't know. I've not really been looking this week. I've been pretty busy with just general life and stuff like that. So I'm a bit out of the loop. There is a big sale on Xbox at the moment, and there is. They've just launched that indie demos thing for the Idea Xbox. So there is. You could get all those demos right now. They did it last year as well. Last year that was when they had like Sable and that Skatebird and stuff. So that's now live, available on the Xbox showcase. So check that out as well. I'm quite looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like, is anyone in the chat seen any sort of news that's amazing? Like, so most of it was announced like last week at the showcase. So this week's been sort of quiet. Oh, there's a shortage of Xbox controllers. Microsoft has officially confirmed that supply disruptions have caused a shortage of Xbox controllers across the world. So they've put out a statement saying to VGC saying, "We know it might be hard finding Xbox wireless controllers right now due to supply disruptions. We're working as fast as possible with our manufacturing and retail partners to improve this. Please check your local retailers for availability." I mean, yes, it sucks that they're out of stock on stuff like that, but they've made a lot of controllers recently. Like,
They have made a lot.
that's the one thing Xbox isn't short of. For every one Xbox, there's about 17 controllers in the world. So,
and they got the design lab as well, aren't they? People are making their own.
Yeah, I was about to say that Design Lab.
yeah. And that new Design Labs one they look awesome, the new Design Labs stuff, but they're just really expensive.
I'll tell you what I want. I want them to do a Design Labs where you can design your own Elite controller, your own.
Yeah.
I'll be all over that. I'll be all over that like a tramp on a sandwich.
Expensive though.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. They're worth it. That Elite I've got over there, I wouldn't go back to a standard controller. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I would like them to. I know it's gonna cost more, but at least to have the. I just have to give this an example, like Sea of Thief controller like that. So you could change at least the X Lite with any of the games that you like. It's from Xbox. You could put, instead of having the X, you could have the helmet of Master Chief as the light. So I know it's a little bit more than just designing your controller, but it's part of the controller.
But and also give me the ability to change the color of the paddles instead of just having matte black paddles. I'd like the ability to change.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's always the same thing. I think it's black and white or whatever the case may be. So, give us a little bit more freedom when it comes to that. Yes, it's gonna. Usually, they'll say it's expensive, but you want to go expensive? Let's talk about, like you said, the Xbox Elite controller. We're talking about 150. So if people can buy that controller for 150, that means that anything that you will do on that controller, especially when you customize your own, people do not mind. People will not mind the cost of the controller because
for real.
that will become personalized for you. So I
mean, what they're like $150, aren't they? The standard Elites. I would happily pay $200 for a custom Elite controller for sure.
When it comes to Elite, yes, I'm agree with you. But when we're talking about the regular, regular controller, that's a whole different story. I could go for the maximum for that, probably 100. If it's like that, if it's customized with the Xbox characters, I can agree. I'll tell you what,
sorry, go on.
Oh no, but if we're talking about regular colors like they have right now, just leave it at 70.
I'll
That's
tell you
good.
what, I don't understand why Xbox hasn't partnered with Pope. Because he does some fucking amazing designs. I remember he did a Shang-Chi one for the Marvel movie. And he showed that off, and my god, it looked incredible. I would have bought that controller in a heartbeat.
I think it's because he didn't bless enough for that company.
Yeah. And then about a week later, Microsoft put out the official Shang-Chi controller, and it looked like it had been bought off Wish compared to the one that Pope put out. I don't get it. The Xbox limited edition controllers look fucking horrendous. I would much rather they
He'd be asking for too much money. He might
That's
be
what,
asking,
that's what I was
no.
about to say. Yeah.
I just think
I'm
they
not
can-
saying he is, but like, there's other people. He does seem to want to do it for everyone as well. And maybe Microsoft are like, well, we'd rather have someone who just works with us.
Pope does
Do you know
some
what I mean?
incredible work though, man. Like his controllers.
But
are just-
that's
Oh,
the
I'm not
thing.
saying it doesn't.
But that's the thing. I hate you're a company, a trillion-dollar company. Right now, you're pretty much giving us a lot of ideas. They already have whatever they're gonna do with the Surface. With the launch of the Windows 11. Now we have Game Pass. So in other words, simple as that. You're creating something to pretty much gain money, gain revenue. So if you're gonna talk about like, yeah, but it's expensive, we already said it. Pope have some crazy ideas that, like I said, imagine how much would it cost. Not only cost, but also how many people would buy Pope's controller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's gonna be
Absolutely.
massive.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be
There's,
massive.
I would happily buy nearly every single controller that he shows off designs for, because I don't think there's anybody else that comes even close to doing the kind of work that Pope does. He deserves that.
Ads are
recognition.
expensive though. I mean, I
but
wanted
it's
the
worth it, though.
Needler one.
If you want to buy a limited edition controller, like what are you going to be happy with? Like some fucking budget Microsoft one that they put out, or like a properly designed high resolution controller like Pope does? I would.
Yeah, but
I
you
would
would never
happily
use those
put-
controllers. You just sit
No,
them on
you
the
wouldn't.
shelf.
But look at the Space Jet or the Sonic the Hedgehog controllers they made. Who the fuck wants a furry controller?
Oh, the fur.
Yeah.
Or I'm not saying in a bad way, but even when it comes to I think the
I am
Scottish
saying
one,
it
they
in
have
bad
a kilt.
way.
Who
Who the fuck wants a
the
furry controller?
even the kilt. So I'm like, I don't know, I don't know. It's just that furry thing. That's weird. Or well,
Or that
that's different. The nail polish thing.
or that fucking
Redders
Xbox.
would definitely have it.
Or that Xbox fucking Series S Sonic the Hedgehog limited edition console they made. It was fucking horrendous. It was a black console with a gold ring around the fucking heat. The fan slot. It was crap. Who wants to buy that for a limited edition? It's awful. I would much rather they gave it to Pope and let him fucking design something spectacular. Limited edition runs, something that actually makes it feel like a limited edition controller. Like a proper
The only one
unique
that I
controller.
think I like is the one from Sekiro. That looked
I don't think I've ever seen
wooden.
it. I don't think I've
Yeah,
seen it.
even the console, because the console was it looked like a wooden panel, but on the top it had the stand to actually place the little sword on top of it.
Yeah.
So it was for me, that was the best one, not only for the console but also for the controller. But lately, other than Sea of Thieves, I like the Sea of Thieves. That one was awesome. But other than that, it just
Just to touch on what Pyro says in chat, I don't even fucking like Halo, but that Needler controller was absolutely gorgeous.
yes,
I would happily own that as a limited edition controller.
yes.
I just think Microsoft, I mean, I know they offer a lot of controllers, a lot of options, but they don't come anywhere remotely close to what Pope makes. I would much rather they partnered with him and just had him do the limited edition consoles, because then they're worth having. You know what I mean? I like limited edition to mean limited edition, not here's a controller that looked like we got off Wish. Congrats, you own it. That's not limited edition to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I still don't think they're worth 130 quid for just a standard controller. I think no offense, that's my problem with Pope stuff. Is you're basically getting a standard pad, which is what, 50 quid, and yes, it's coloured and it looks fantastic, but that's 80 quid a markup on that.
Yeah, but you go to a tattoo artist, and what are you gonna pay 50
That's
quid
yeah,
for a
but
tattoo?
the
What are
tattoo
you gonna
artist
get?
ain't gonna give me a fucking what do you call it though? Are they an Xbox pad?
No,
So-
they'll give you a shit tattoo for 50 quid.
That's fine though, but that's my problem with them. I just think they're nice. I just think they're too expensive, especially for just the bog standard controllers.
He's an artist, though, isn't he? I mean, they are works of art as controllers.
And the pictures, I don't know if they're actually official Xbox controllers. Like the buttons look out of place. I don't know if it's just because my controller's black.
You know what? I really don't care how they're gonna give it to me. Just wrap it up with bubble tape and just give it to me.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't know what
I
they're
just can't. I would buy them if they were like 80 quid.
Yeah.
But 130 quid for me is way too much for.
But they are limited edition, though. That's the thing. They are limited edition controllers. They're not going to.
But they're all still in stock right now. That Pope one.
But they're worth it.
That pins and needles pad. How is it limited edition if it's up for pre-order again? I'm sure he's already released it once.
Yeah,
it's not fucking limited edition. If you release it again. Well, how can you call it limited edition if you release another wave of them?
There's like fucking how many
bullshit going on here?
How many million consoles have sold, and there's only like 100 fucking Needler controllers? That's limited edition.
Oh, that's the point. You can't sell it once and then put it up for pre-order and say it's limited edition again.
I don't want a fucking furry controller. I don't know what they were thinking when they came to that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Don't lie.
I don't want a furry controller. I charge that bad boy up and I let it vibrate on my balls. That's the only thing I'm going to use that thing for.
I bet it'd be so soft though. That Sonic controller would be so soft to play with until it gets all sweaty and matted and it's horrible.
It looked
like
fucking
fiberglass.
So pretty much you turn into a little cat just playing around with it while you're talking, while you're laying down on the bed.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Good neck massage, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know.
It becomes a stress ball.
Yeah,
that's it.
Don't appeal to me. I bet they're made out of fucking fiberglass as well. Those hairs. I bet that's gonna hurt like fuck to hold.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be like shredded fiber.
You're just salty like you didn't win one.
I didn't fucking want one. Have you seen the state of the console?
Oh. I was annoyed Ginna's not on the show today because I saw that kid, that kid that started getting like the controllers and stuff. They just sent him a bloody Stranger Things console and controller. It's like he's already got a console, but they sent him another one. I was like, I'm going to wind Ginna up about that. It'll set him off. He'll love it. But he's not here, so I'm disappointed.
Ginna gets.
I understand though. Why do they need? Send them controllers. They don't need multiple consoles.
No, but
what are they doing?
They've got viewers, haven't they? They've got subscribers and shit. They can show that shit off.
They can show it off, but there's people wanting consoles. It's just wrong, in my opinion. Give them a pad. Let them put it in the fucking glass cabinet, so it pile of them.
Muppet with it's a challenge wank. It's true. It is a challenge wank. So yeah, that wraps up controllers. I don't know if you guys want to keep talking about it. I'm done.
I like controllers. I've got that Xbox one with the anniversary one. I quite like that.
You mean this one right here?
I'm assuming so. Yeah, I've got that one. I do like that one. Yeah. I went to that one after my Sea of Thieves ones sort of got to a point. It was starting to get stick drift and stuff, and the triggers, not the triggers, the bumpers were getting a bit sticky. Like not sticky, but they were catching on one of the sides.
Why are your controllers sticky? That's what
I will not ask what happened to it.
Just a lot of gaming, but I've had that since obviously I had it day one when it came out. That Sea of Thieves controller.
I never knew that gaming makes the button sticky. I never heard of that.
No, just like when you push the bumper down, it just doesn't come straight. Like it's like there's a bit of plastic catching underneath or something, so it like sticks down. Mm-hmm. You have to sort of flick it. So I sort of let my kids use it, but then I was like, I've just got it on display now. So I've got that and my XO19 pad out at the moment on display.
Okay.
Ginna swears by his Power A pad, doesn't he?
Fuck Power A. They didn't want us as affiliates. Fuck them.
I've never been a fan of Power A controllers. They just feel flimsy in your hands.
They look like the new Mad Cat controller to me. They're like the next evolution of Mad Cat's crap.
Yeah. I mean, they are cheap, so... if you do need a power.
Well, he's the wish man, isn't he? He lives off wish, Jinna, so
he does. I'll tell you what, that's something I want to see him do. To be fair, the best gaming gadgets you can get off Wish, the best accessories and attachments that you can buy off Wish for gaming. That's something that Jinna should.
You gotta love that Bayming.
The Bayman, I'm all about the Bayman. Hardcore Bayman, that's what I am.
And the random free gifts that you get from Wish as well.
Yeah, like the butt plugs. I've had 2 friends order stuff off Wish, and both of them have turned up with sex toys that they didn't order.
Remember when Jinna ordered that gaming chair and a chair didn't turn up?
Oh yeah, they turned out like a balloon or something. Like a few days.
No,
later.
they said. I'm sure, didn't they send him bloody COVID masks?
Yeah, I think it was actually.
Yeah.
He bought a gaming chair off Wish, and it turned up as fucking COVID masks.
It was like 13 quid or something, wasn't it, though? So he got his money back, but it was funny. They sent him like face masks instead of a chair.
Jinna does love a good Wish bargain. He's all for Wish.
It's his gaming setup, but he's got that much UV lights and stuff. Like from Wish, one day it's just going to explode on stream. We're going to be doing that this podcast, and they're just going to get brighter and brighter. Like he bought that mouse. You weren't on the show last week, Redders. No. He's bought this mouse, and it's supposed to just light up a little bit, but the whole mouse glows because it's such cheap, nasty plastic. It looks like it's just like alive, and I'm like, one day he's just going to follow it.
He needs to be careful sitting next to those kind of lights being a ginger. He's going to burn to a fucking crisp.
That's it, yeah. Like Dracula opening curtains. He's going to switch his keyboard and mouse on and his screen, and all the little lights around it's just going to go boom.
Just fry him. So that pretty much wraps up all our topics for tonight. We've actually run out of topics. Unless there's anything you guys want to talk about.
I thought we were going to go for the ID event, so we're skipping that.
Yeah, but I've got that to talk about. So ID at Xbox are going to be doing a game event, aren't they? Is it the
today?
17th? Well, it's ending today, isn't it?
No, it's actually starts June 21st to the 27th.
So it's starting today.
So it starts...
Okay.
But they did show 4 games, though. They did show 4 games ahead.
Mm. So, yeah, ID Xbox are having an event over the next few days. There are 30 games available to download as demos. I don't actually know what the games are. They were meant to be releasing the lineup closer to the event.
If you want them.
Yeah, go for it, Ash. You
right, are you ready? Ready. In alphabetical order, Another Crusade, Atto, Batoro Lost Haven, Battle Cakes, which isn't the Battle Cakes I'm thinking of, but... Battle Cakes, Boxville, Brock the Investigator, which looks awesome, Broken Pieces, Despot's Game, Endlin, Extinction is Forever, Exhausted Man. That sounds like me today.
Exhausted Man, what a name for a game.
Grid Force, Mask of the Goddess, Grotto, Lost Ruins, Nummels, Overrogue, Polyfury, Recall, Richmond 10, Severed Steel, Shadowrun Returns, Strong Moon, Stuffed, which also looks really fun, Terror of Hemosaurus, The Musinks.
Hemosaurus, what a name that is.
God, jeez. What a mouthful.
You sound like bangers.
Tinykin, Warhammer 40,000, Shooters, Blood and Teeth, with an F, not teeth, T-E-E-T-H.
Brock Lesnar Private.
Wave Break, Wreck Out, and Younglet. Or Younglet, there's no O in it. There you go.
Did you say Brock Lesnar Private Eye?
Yeah.
No. Brock the Investigator. Same thing, though. Same thing. It's a game about Brock Lesnar.
Private Eye. Amazing. I'll fucking download that. That'd be a great fucking laugh. So yeah, all these games are available to play for the next 5 days until the 27th. So go and check them out. The demos are available. But that pretty much wraps up the show for tonight, I think. Done it?
I suppose. Oh, I will say I am disappointed that Activision scrapped plans for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake.
To be fair,
Mother lovers, because the first 2 were in that one game were amazing.
To be fair, though, 3 and 4 was shit anyway the first time around. So
I know, but giving him a coat of paint wouldn't hurt. But this is just when this is Activision combining everyone. So they put Vicarious Visions into Blizzard, killed all that off. Then literally, I suppose though, I'd rather be pushed into Blizzard than be pushed into the Call of Duty mine. The Blizzard mine's a bit nicer than the Call of Duty mine.
I was going to say, am I the only one that's surprised that fucking Blizzard didn't end up making a Call of Duty?
It wouldn't surprise me if there is one there.
Fucking hell. Yeah, that would have been fucking bad. I think it's like every single studio.
I'm interested to see what that would have looked like.
Yeah, right. Fucking Horde versus Alliance, isn't it? Call of Duty style. Fucking great. What is going on, Fabio? Welcome to the chat. Unfortunately, the show has just ended, so...
He always needs a tether right at the end, doesn't he?
So,
he did it yesterday. He's done it again today.
Before we shoot off, Shaddai, mate, it's been great to have you on. Let us know where we can find you. I've actually put it in the description of this video, but let us know in person where we can find you on the interwebs.
Of course, people can find me on Twitter at EternalShaddai, on the Xbox consoles at EternalShaddai also. I'll be streaming on Twitch, and it's called ETESHADDAI. Why is it ETE? I abbreviated Eternal because Twitch doesn't let me write the whole thing for some reason. So I have to abbreviate that and put Shaddai on it. Other than that, also you guys can find me every Sunday in Good Morning. I almost say America. Good Morning Xbox. with Axel Cool Cat Terry, Cerebral Paul, Scrubners, Luca, Lupa. I hope you're feeling well. And it was, it's just an honor to be in here.
Oh, mate, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for the invitation.
Tim, where can we find you?
It's Timmeh V2 on Twitter and V2 Timmeh on Xbox.
Timmeh!
And you can find me and Ash here on the XBL Party Podcast YouTube channel. You don't need to know about that. We've actually got the next few weeks are going to be Good Morning Xbox weeks because we've got Axel next week, and I believe we've got Scrub Nurse the week after that, and then the week after that we have Cool Cat Terry coming on. So we're going to be full Good Morning Xbox for the next 4 weeks. I'm looking forward to it. It's nice to be able to sit down and chat with our brothers from across the pond. So I like these conversations. But yeah, that has been XBL Party Podcast UK. I've been your host, ReddersTV. Thank you for tuning in and hanging around with us. Don't forget, we do have a competition on Twitter, so go and have a look at that. Extra entries into the competition if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. So good night, everybody. Happy gaming. See you in the next stream.
Happy gaming. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye.